Hey there guys, this is WDG here, doing a playthrough of Pokemon Emerald, so let's get started, shall we? That message will come up. I'm playing on a PC at the moment. Play around with the options, text speed always to fast, and I like to play with frame 12, which makes the game look a bit nicer. Let's get started. Let's wait for Professor Birch. There he is, in all his glory and gloriness it is. I think I'll take this time to explain some things. I'm new to this sort of thing, new to sort of YouTube, I'm creating videos. I thought I'd do it as a hobby, and if I enjoy it that much I might do it as a bit more than a hobby. But yeah. Just hope these videos get likes, subscribers out of them. Hope I can get a bit of a fan base going, and I'll continue to do them if you want to watch them. Okay, let's customize the character a little bit. I'm a boy, if you can tell from my voice, and I'm not going to put my real name. I may reveal it in a later video if someone requests it. I may reveal it. So for now, I'm just going to put WDG for Where Dream Go, and he's going to tell us we're moving to Little Root City, and we'll enter the home region. Now, the home region, it's not my favourite region in the whole of the Pokemon series. My favourite region is the Unova region from the Black and White series. I thought that was a really well made region. The towns were really well made. There wasn't really a lot of points in the game where you weren't doing anything. There was always something to do in every area. The routes weren't that long, and it's just the way they made it. The 3D, they just really excel themselves in the Unova region. I'm so glad they're using it in Black and White too as well. Black and White, I've played Black, never played White. Completed it twice with the Water starter and the Fire starter. Never got around to playing the Grass starter, but I'm not really too fussed. It's not one of my favourite starters from that series. Currently waiting for Black and White 2 to come out in Europe, because I live in England, so merry old England. Just waiting for it to come out so I can have a go on that one and see what it's like. I know there's a patch out there to change from Japanese to English, but it's not the same as playing a normal game, because all the patch really does is just the main storyline sort of stuff to English and anything else. And I'd rather just play the full game in English. It just makes the experience a bit better. So we're gonna go upstairs and set the clock. And the time is 7:15 at night. In good old England, it's a bit dull here at the moment, but that's understandable, seeing as I live in England. So yeah. I've always wanted to sort of start a YouTube channel up and start doing videos, but I've never actually got around to it. I've been busy with various things, but now I've finally got a reason to sort of play it. 7:15, there we go. That took a bit, I can't tell time for a minute there. Okay. So yeah, starting as a hobby, I mean, I might branch out to other games eventually, but for now I'm going to stick with the old Pokemon games because I really enjoy playing them, and I just really enjoy them. I'm thinking of doing all the Pokemon game playthroughs. I'm going to do Emerald first because it's one of my favourite games, not region wise, but one of my favourite Pokemon games apart from Black and White. So yeah. So our mum's going to tell us that we need to go next door and introduce ourselves, and so we'll do that. Now next door we will meet our so-called rival in this game. I don't really class the rival in this as a rival, because in the other games you get to name your rival and sort of personalise the rival a little bit, give it its own name. Whereas in this, it just gets the bog standard name of May, and it's kind of generic and kind of boring, really. But yeah, she pops up a few times through the games, gives you a battle. There's certain ones that if you lose, you basically have to beat her to progress to the next bit. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to do those in one piece, one play. Not have to keep going back and forth, battling her all the time. Yeah, if we go over and interact with this Pokeball on the floor, May will walk in, ask us what we're doing. She'll introduce herself, tell us a few things about Pokemon, and she'll tell us her dad's Professor Birch, which isn't entirely accurate with the anime, because her dad in the anime is actually Norman, who is your dad in this game, so that's not entirely accurate. But I'm guessing if you played this game as the female version, it would be like the anime. So once you've spoken to her, just leave the house and then go up from Little Root, and you'll see this little girl, and she'll say that she can hear screams and cries coming from outside, and she asks you if you can go and have a look. And as you do, you'll find Professor Birch being chased by a Zigzagoon out of the grass. Now this is rather unfortunate for him, because I have to now fight the Zigzagoon and save him from it, using one of the 3 starter Pokemon. Now, picking my starter Pokemon. I've played this game with all the starter Pokemon, and my favourite one I played with was Torchic. Simply Torchic. I think it's a really good Pokemon to have for this whole game. Blaziken, its 3rd evolution, is just really good. Gets to learn some really good moves. It's part fire, part fighting type, which is two very good types through this game. The fighting type's pretty good against the 1st gym and the 2nd gym, I believe, with the fire being useful against quite a lot of the other gyms. It's hard to take on the 4th gym, but I've found a way around doing that using various different Pokemon and using the fighting moves that a Combustion or a Blaziken, if you have one by then, eventually learn. They're pretty effective against her Pokemon. But I'll talk a little bit more about that when we actually get to that gym. For now, let's just save Professor Birch from the Zigzagoon and learn a bit more. I thought I'd take advantage of this first video and give a shout out to my friend Infested Aaron. He's currently doing a playthrough of Pokemon Emerald on his channel with a randomizer equipped onto it. It's really good. I've watched a few of his videos and they're pretty good. They show you the game from a different angle and sort of a different way of playing them. So I'll leave a link to his channel in the description, so if you want to head over there, subscribe and look at some of his videos, I'm sure he'll be very grateful. And if you want to leave a comment on his videos saying that you were recommended by me, it would be really helpful. So yeah, so Professor Birch is going to tell us we need to go to his lab to have a chat with him about 2 things. He'll tell us about our father, and then he'll give us the Pokemon we used in the battle against the Zigzagoon, which in my case would be a Torchic, but in anyone else's case it would be whatever Pokemon you picked at the start. Going down to nicknaming these Pokemon, usually I would nickname them on a playthrough myself, but it's completely down to the public. I'm not going to do it for now, but if you want me to start nicknaming them, I'll do it if you leave a comment, and if I get enough comments back saying do it, then I'll do it, and then when I get to the name writer, I'll change the Pokemon that I haven't changed to nicknames, so it all sort of blends in. So he's just given us a task, going to find May, so oh, don't want to do that, so let's go do that. I think I'll leave that there for part 1, so we'll end with a save, and in part 2 we'll go up out into the wilderness and find May and have our first Pokemon battle with her. Hopefully I'll win, but if I don't, then we'll just see from then. So this has been Where Dream Go, and I hope to catch you in part 2. See you later, guys.